Rise and shine, mothers and brothers and cheese wedges and handlebars all over the world. Let it grow and let it flow. Rocking the Oak Ridge Boys and the David Crosby today. Absolutely nothing. Out of the shower, a little bit of Temple Smoke Beard Oil by Beard Brand. A little bit cool out. Seems like the cool weather is a perfect time for that. And just letting it grow and letting it flow, and everything is well. There are other people inside of you. How is that, you say? Are you possessed? I'm not talking about possession. I'm talking about the little boy inside of you. Is your name John? There's little John inside of you. There's another person inside of you. It's your father or your mother. And it's their voice, which, if you weigh it out, were they more critical of you or were they more encouraging of you? Whatever weighed more on the scale, the critical parent or the encouraging parent, that's the voice inside your head. With my children, when I talk to them, when I text them, when I email them, one of the things that I always say, and that when I'm long gone from this earth, one of the things they're going to say is this, is that Daddy always said, I love you and I believe in you. And I want that to ring in their heads. I want that message to be in their mind. When they think of me, I don't want to do constructive criticism unless they ask for it. I will do an intervention if I see them going in a wrong direction, but that's not my job. With people I can shower and bathe and dress themselves. With babies, you do that. With young adults, what happens is that life has a thing called consequences, and life teaches them. And when you teach them to learn from consequences, just like their daddy did, then guess what? Learning takes place. And if you don't learn those lessons, guess what happens? You're doomed to repeat them. So there's a couple people living inside your head. There's the little you. The little you. The you that didn't get picked for the baseball team or dodgeball or football. The little you that got mocked when you were a child. The little you that was only average or less. And if you're a person who is straight A's and you excel in everything you do, you'll never relate to these videos ever. Because I am the king of the army of average. I am the general in the army of average. I am Mr. C student who has come a long way and happy to have come this far. And my message is always, when the army of average has a fire lit underneath them, that they are absolutely unstoppable. The little you, the little John, the little George, the little Sue, the little Sharon, the little Rich, inside of you, the child that when you were so impressionable, much of your gait, even your posture, the way you stand, is a result of the things that you experienced when you were younger. I mean, I remember being depressed as a young teenager. A young teenager. I'm talking 13, 14, 15. Depressed. How the hell can you be depressed as a young teenager unless you feel oppressed? How the hell does a 14-year-old want to kill themselves? Holy shit. I needed to find hope at a young age. Because honestly, I remember my first feelings of not wanting to be on this earth were at 14 years old. Holy shit, I got dry skin that's older than that. But as early as that, I didn't want to be here. Is that crazy? I had feelings of doom. Feelings of, I wish I could end my life. But obviously have overcome that. You are much more resilient than you think. Much more resilient. That's why I talk about your posture, your gait, the way you walk. Remember how I talked about North American neutral, the accent? How I can tell where you're from, what region you're from by the accent in your voice. Well, I can tell what kind of family you grew up in by your posture. I can tell what your emotional state was in your formative years just by your gait, just by the way you move. It's time to reinvent that. Act like a person. Listen to me. Act like a person who had a perfect upbringing, who had perfectly encouraging parents, and reinvent your life. Reinvent, tear up the script that you've been given and write a new script for yourself. That script is, I am successful. I can succeed regardless of my average status. I can succeed regardless of my color. Millions have. Never. It's real popular now to feel sorry for yourself or feel oppressed because of your color. That's bullshit. And don't you forget it. It's bullshit. There's many people who have come out of horrible situations and ghettos and junk and horrible family lives to become extremely successful. You can do it. Don't believe the media and the bullshit. You're not oppressed. You're not oppressed. Remember, war only makes headlines. Peace never does. People coming out of horrible situations is not a headline, but people being kept down is a headline. Write your own damn headlines. So what you need to do is get rid of Little Rich, Little John, Little George, Little Sharon, Little Macy, Little Susan inside. Okay? Keep in mind, keep them locked up a little bit. You don't need their script and their voices in your head. You don't need their experiences. I was always last. I was always picked on. Listen, I played sports, and guess what I did? I sat on the damn bench. And I look back now, and I can actually get angry at the fact that I actually went to practice every damn day, but sat on the bench during games because I wasn't good enough. And believe me, at closer to 60 than 50, it still affects me. So I put that out of my damn head. The other person inside of you is the parent who, even for the sake of constructive criticism, let me paraphrase, thought you were full of shit, that you couldn't do it. That they imposed their bullshit on you. Not to put down our parents. I believe we need to honor our mom and dad so that our life will be long. And even honor them after they're gone. What's worse than a living parent putting you down is a dead parent still alive inside your head. And all you do is hear their voice saying, I doubt it, you'll never do it, I knew you'd do it, I'm right, you're wrong, I've never been wrong. You don't need that. Tear up the script, tear it up, throw it out, write a new script, reinvent yourself. Well, you just heard me talk about the people that are inside of you, that are possessing you, the little you, the encouraging or the critical parent that are still alive and you still hear their voice. You have to create your own voice inside of you, your own voice that guides you, something that pushes you on and not keeps you back. I couldn't finish the video because I got so angry. I started cursing like crazy, and I really let it rip, so I cut the video in half. And I just wanted to put a happy ending on it with some happy words. And that is, regardless of the voice that's playing in a loop inside your head, you have the power to go anywhere you want, anytime you want, because you make up your mind to do so. You can do it. I know you can because I believe in you. Now go out and do it.